Last time on Bloodlines. After the mercenary known as Eddard lost his head, the three groups went out into the mansion in search of the remaining 3 keys. Our band of heroes wandered into the lounge, realizing quickly the layout of the mansion was reminiscent of some board game that will remain nameless to avoid legal entanglements. After an investigation of the paintings on the wall, Waggle used a spell to dispel the magic that was apparent on a painting of a vampire. Upon doing so, an actual vampire fell out of said painting and attacked the party. After a short battle, the party emerged victorious, no thanks to Eugenia or Zachariah, who wandered in after the fact. The search for the keys continues.
All right, so just to recap, you guys have investigated in this room. You were able to discern that there was some magic on these 3 specific paintings that were holding a werewolf, a vampire spawn, and a zombie. And holding is the proper word to use because once Waggle dispelled that magic, the vampire spawn actually fell out of the painting, and you fought it and were able to defeat it. You are now looking at a pedestal that's in the middle of the room, and one of the sides of that pedestal, which has 3 sides, is now glowing. So it's like you've completed 1 of 3, or as Mouser would think of it, 1 of 4.
No, 1 of 5.
Right on.
Or 6. I don't know. His math is not his strong suit.
His talents lie elsewhere. You just got done talking to Zachariah, who said that they were going to go look for a black light, and then they wandered away while crying. So what do you do?
Well, I think we should probably also look for a black light, because we can't dispel any more magic. Right, Waggle?
If I take a short rest, if you give me a couple minutes of nap in that corner, I think I refresh it if I read my rules right.
This is a Garrett question, not a Mouser question. Why do we need the black light? The black light dispels the magic, or it shows us how to dispel the magic? It should
dispel the illusions, so you can see what lies behind on the paintings.
Zacharias told us that he put the black light on his posters at home, and he could see the like zombie titties or whatever.
You take copious notes, Faye.
Her mind is a steel trap.
You should see it. I wrote down zombie titties.
Underlined it twice just to make
Must
sure.
investigate further.
That's weird. That happens to be in my Google search history too. That's fucking.
You know what? It was in mine. That's where I got the idea.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so Mouser is going to actually I don't know if Waggle is going to actually take a short rest or not, but Mouser's getting impatient. He's looking around hey, what are we doing? Are we fighting more? Are we killing more? Are we doing more? Because I'm
Next room?
I got it. I feel like we got to keep moving, or I got to kill something. I'm feeling really good. Heating up.
I think so. Okay, I got an idea. What if we set a trap in front of one of the paintings? Because we know the thing's going to fall out of the painting, and then it'll just die. What's the best kind of trap we can implement with what we have between us?
Okay, here's the thing. I have something called spike growth. And so if we center this 20-foot radius in front of both of these paintings, then whatever falls out of it will have to move through it and take a lot of damage. But I have to concentrate, and it only lasts 10 minutes. So I say we come back. We come back after we want to release those things, and then I cast this spell.
I think that's a good idea. What are the other 2 paintings again? There's one's a werewolf and one is
a zombie.
A
zombie, yeah.
Okay. What are werewolves weak against? Silver, right?
Silver.
I will say I do have silver objects.
Don't you have a silver coin on a string?
I could put it on a string. I do have a silver coin. I have a steel mirror. I assume that was supposed to be for the zombie, but I also have holy water, holy symbols, and manacles. We can use manacles.
How do you have all of this stuff?
I have a Monster Hunter kit because of my background.
Adam turned you into the into our bank that we need to like dump, just like reach into and pull stuff out.
I actually suggested she choose a different background, and she decided to go with that
I'm
one.
haunted.
Yeah, and then when I saw what was actually in the kit, I was like, God fucking damn it, man.
Wow.
It's like, whatever, take your kit of the antithesis of all the cryptids
Yeah.
I'm trying to work in here as an homage to the show.
Right. Okay. I mean, in game, Mouser is not going to be able to help devise a plot unless it's like, or a trap, unless it's like, wait here until this thing falls and then hit it with your axe. So he's
Sounds
like,
good.
he's starting to like pace around the room like he's at a hardcore concert in the circle pit.
Oh, God.
So he's gonna need to release some energy soon.
Okay.
All right, so you hear doors opening up downstairs and upstairs. You also hear footsteps going around this house, whether it's upstairs or downstairs. It's safe to say the house is in full-blown search mode right now. Not everyone's looking for the same things as you guys. You have stumbled onto a different mystery than them. The McElroys are looking for mysteries to a different key since they already have one, because they're very much treating this like an escape room. So what are you guys going to do at this point?
I'd say we go to the next room
I agree.
and come back to this one.
All right. Do you want to go across the hallway or the room that was to the left of the library you were in initially?
Should we verify which rooms have been searched already or not?
Oh, I think we'll find that out at the moment that we
Yeah.
enter.
So the room that's across from you actually has its double doors open currently, and you can see that inside is Clintonian and Griffin, and they are just sort of ransacking the room looking for clues, just basically anything that will lead them to the next key. As you get closer to this room, you notice that there's these long wooden sticks that you associate with like a stake at first, and then you look around and you see a billiard table in there and you realize, of course, this is the billiard room. So they're in there sort of just searching around. They look up. Clintonian gives you a nasty look when you get in there, and Griffin looks up and sort of just dismisses you.
What you guys looking for?
The bloody keys, you fool. We're getting out of here. We are not dying here.
We could team up. That guy is trying to set us against each other. But if we all work together, then we can learn the power of friendship and break out of this haunted mansion.
I had 3 kids so I wouldn't have to make friends.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I see anything in this room?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. That is going to be a 15.
All right, and if everyone else wants to roll perception checks as well, go for it.
11.
Oh, nat 20.
Nice.
Mouser got a 4.
All right. Mouser, I think you're just more offended by the way Clintonian was being a dick to you guys.
I was picking up on that.
Yeah, for sure. Waggle, you're searching the room and you're finding they're really just ripping this place apart right now, but you don't see that they found anything of note. With a 15, you notice that there's a pedestal similar in this room to the last room, but this one has a very distinct shape. It has something on top of the pedestal, in fact, and it's a statue, but it's just a statue from the chest up, so a bust. And it's a bust of someone you don't recognize, and it seems just sort of oddly proportioned. With a 20, though, Zara, you realize looking at this that the pedestal itself looks like a scaled-down version of the statues in the hallway, and the bust is like set down on top of it as if it were the top that's supposed to be there, despite the fact that it's oversized, but the entire thing looks like it's a smaller version of what's outside.
So, using what I notice, I tell the party in whispered tones as to not alert the McElroys that this statue is seemingly important in that it fits with the pedestal that is in the hallway.
I would also like to make this clear. Imagine the proportions of like the Goomba from Super Mario Brothers, the movie, where they have the huge bodies and tiny head. If you were to take this statue, this bust, and set it on the statue outside, it would have similar proportions to it. Those statues in the hallways are huge. I should also point out that what you have recognized, since you're all looking at it right now, is that this isn't really a person. It looks more like a creature. So roll history checks.
14.
Yeah, 14 too.
14 as well.
Wow.
Wow.
History.
Don't let us down.
Don't let us down.
13. I'm a dum-dum.
Oh, man. You know what? You guys just missed the group check by 1. No, I wouldn't do that. I can give it to all of you, actually. So this is a creature similar to how the other room held paintings of monsters, the zombie, the werewolf, the vampire spawn. This creature is something that you vaguely recognize. You've heard folks talk about it before. It's a very small region in the world, and they say they see sightings of this thing quite often. And it's someone who looks like a humanoid, but also like this really annoying bug. He's known as Man-Moth. Yeah, and it's just like a weird depiction of this lesser-known cryptid, basically. But yeah, that's what you recognize as this bust.
So, just to be clear, is it like the head is really big on the pedestal, or the head is really small?
The shoulder's up, so the bust portion of it is very, very big. The pedestal is shaped like the statue outside, but just a scaled-down version. So it's like they don't quite match up, and if you switched it, the head would be small on the statue outside.
Can we make this head biggening?
That's solid orc roleplay.
Who's laughing?
I'd like to try and pick up the head if possible. Does it come off?
It does, actually. The McElroys look over at you when this happens, but they kind of dismiss it. As you're lifting it, though, you notice that it's almost hollowed out on the inside. The spot that it's been sitting down on is about the same size as the pedestal itself. So it's got this massive opening so you can set it down on something else that would serve as a guidepost for it to be mounted.
Wear it as a hat.
Is the inside full of cocaine?
McElroy's got to this room, so there's no cocaine left.
Very clean
I'm just kidding.
shot.
Don't get mad.
I was going to ask if it's filled with man moth eggs.
Ooh,
No,
that would
it
be
is not.
disgusting. When you guys always say Mothman or Man Moth or anything related to him, I always think of the sidekick from The Tick. That's
God, I love
all
that
I ever
show.
picture.
Both iterations were so freaking
Oh my
good.
god, the tick.
I picture the fan art of Mothman where he's just like super ripped and sexy. So you notice that at this point, Griffin's kind of like side-eyeing you because everyone's paying attention to this bust and he sees there's something up. But in that moment, you hear screaming coming from upstairs. Blood-curdling screaming.
That sounds pretty normal for this place.
Brendan is a good person, as you probably know, because she tried to heal Eddard. She's gonna go investigate, I guess. Faye would not.
That was clear
but-
from the tone. So at the end of the hallway, it has these Hill House type stairs that lead you up to the second floor and like wind around on both sides. On the right hand side, there's 2 bedrooms. On the left hand side, there's 2 bedrooms. One of the doors is currently open, and it appears that's where the screaming is coming from.
I run in, ready with my shillelagh.
Did you have the bust?
Yeah, it's under it's in my backpack.
You guys can all just move it to your back, and then it does that thing where it just disappears because you put it in your bag.
Okay.
We're not worrying about encumbrance in this. Does anyone
Yeah.
else want to go with?
I will go with.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, Mouse was going
I
to
see her run off with the head, and I'm just like, again, no.
I trust she knows what she's doing with the head. Therefore, I'm following. I don't give a shit about somebody else
Yeah,
screaming
I'm just
in
like,
the other
that's
room.
the quest item. So I follow her.
All right, Brendan, when you come through the door, what you see as far as the room goes is that, first of all, it's just a large bedroom. You know, it has an armoire, a wardrobe, a lion or witch or whatever. On one side, it has a little sitting area, has a large king-size bed with a canopy, and at the foot of it, it has a large, what appears to be a chest to store things in. But it clearly is not actually a chest, because what you're seeing is that this chest has teeth. And it looks like it has caught someone who was reaching into it with their right arm, who was just screaming their head off, who thought this must have been an actual chest and reached in there. And now they have been clamped down, shoulder deep, and this mimic has this entire arm inside it, and he is just screaming and hitting it with his free hand, trying to get it to stop. Also, sorry to the try guys. It's a poor roll of the dice. It's all random of who's going to get bit.
It's rough.
Mouser is going to, like, without hesitation, just blast the shit out of this thing.
Right on.
Straight come down on it.
Roll an attack. And also, Faye, if you want to do something since you're in here first, roll an attack.
I was also just gonna whack at it with a shillelagh.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
So
No.
go ahead and roll an attack as well.
Oh,
Yeah, I roll an 8. I am not
Does
doing
not
well.
hit. Oh, don't get down, little buddy.
I rolled a 20.
That will hit. AC actually isn't very high because it's stationary, so Faye, go ahead and roll damage. We'll see how much you did since the orc can't hit.
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to get it done.
Oh.
I hit it with for 8 points of damage. Just whack it right over the top of the chest, and it actually has Zachariah now imprinted on the very top of the chest. Backwards.
How ironic. All right, so when you whack it, it was like already trying to bite through and find purchase, and when you hit it, it gives it what it needs to just clamp down and your bones crunch.
Oh.
Zachariah pulls away from it, and it's this horror scene of just blood spraying and spurting everywhere. He's like, I know you're trying to help me right now. That didn't really help me. Just fucking kill the thing. It hurts so bad. He's freaking out. He's going in circles on the floor now that he doesn't have an arm.
Watching this happen, I just tell him, at least it wasn't your ankles.
I mean, do my ankles still look hot? Are they okay? I think I have some herbs in my bag. Can someone make me some tea? I don't know which one helps your missing arm, though. And then he passes the fuck out.
Oh, God.
Are we in initiative right now?
Yes, roll initiative.
13.
17.
9.
17.
You probably have a higher dex than I do.
I have 5. Plus 5.
Yeah, you definitely do.
What do you have? 19 or 20? Jeez.
All right, Zara, you are up first. If you would like to attack, roll that beautiful bean
All
footage.
16.
16 hits.
All right. 6 plus 5, 11.
Right on. Go ahead and roll your next attack.
Nat 20.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hit. So we're going to
5.
take max damage on one of your dice, plus that 5, so it's going to be 11 again. All right, this thing's already looking kind of fucked up. So roll your third attack.
21.
21 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
2.
All right, so the scene here is that Brendan and Mouser run in here, and they just start hitting this mimic and bashing it. And then all of a sudden, the trusty rogue is just right there and is just stabbing the shit out of this mimic. And it's going down pretty quick. Up next is going to be Brendan. What do you do?
I'm going to poison spray it. So go ahead and make that Constitution saving throw with the DC of 14.
All right. We'll see how constituted this thing is. Not very. That's a 6, so it fails.
All right. So it's going to take 2d12 of poison damage.
Damn.
That's going to be a 10 plus a 10. So that's 20.
Wow.
So this thing starts coughing. I mean, it's just a mimic, but it's like, blah, blah, blah. Just like the worst cough you've ever heard.
Does it cough up his hand / arm?
Oh.
It's spitting up blood and viscera and flesh. And then, of course, the next thing you know, a really gnarly chewed up arm gets spit out and just hits the side of Zach, lands against his arm that's still attached to him. So it almost looks like he's holding his own hand at this point. So that's where he's at right now. It's really fucked up too, by the way. Okay, is that your last attack?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, you retrieve the arm, and now we're going to move on to Waggle. What do you do?
We'll blast it with Eldritch Blasts. Blow it up. That's 16.
16 does hit. Roll damage.
That's a 10.
Go ahead and describe how this thing dies by being hit by an Eldritch Blast.
Oh yeah, but finger gun, black spray of energy, and shatters the wood into a million little splinters. Some of which land in Zachariah too.
Oh no.
Body.
Oh no!
With that though, you are victorious. So by being hit by all that stuff, it actually kind of wakes him up. And this thing is just like everywhere at this point. Y'all rushed up here to try and save him. At this point, Keith runs in. He's like, no. And he goes down next to Zachariah and he's just shaking him like, wake up, please, wake up. And Zachariah floats awake and is just like, oh man, it looked just like the chest I kept my poster in and my blacklight in as a kid. Keith, I'm cold. And then his eyes just roll in the back of his head and his eyelids close and he stops moving.
He's dead.
Do you have blacklight?
Do I have blacklight?
Do you have blacklight?
No, I have dead friend. And he shakes Zachariah's lifeless body at you. And then like the lights flicker a bit and they go out. And then there's nothing in his arms.
Oh, is that arm gone? I was going to say, as he's shaking his friend, I pick up the arm and put it on top like he's
oh my god.
collecting two.
When you go to put it on top, the lights flicker and then the arm just falls down into his hand and he's like,
All right, well,
he just starts bawling.
Man. Okay. So no longer dead friend. Do you have blacklight?
No, I have no black light. And he just gets up and throws the arm on the ground upset and just stomps down the stairs crying like, Eugenia!
I collect the dismembered arm.
Okay. It'll be the fourth key in the end.
What's in the rest of the room?
Yeah. Let's just investigate.
It's just standard, ornate bedroom stuff. You could roll a perception check. I'm not going to bullshit you. There doesn't seem to be a lot in here. You haven't.
Can I, King Kong vs. T-Rex style, open up the mimic all the way
Yeah,
with
go
my
for it.
strength?
It's dead, so it should be easy. It's just a mouth and a stomach for processing shit. There doesn't really seem to be any sort of treasure inside or anything like that.
No, I mean, one man's trash. There's anything inside there?
Teeth, long tongue, some flesh like the inside of a mouth.
How
Is
long is
Mouser
that
just
tongue?
going to start collecting body parts? He's got like an arm, a tongue.
Yeah, the arm, that was a bonus. But how long is the tongue?
Did you just say how long is the tongue?
Yeah, is it like 4 feet?
I'd say, yeah, okay, yeah, it's a good 5 feet. It's super long, it's skinnier at the end and wide at the base.
I'm going to cut, I imagine it's like a whale tongue. I'm going to cut it off.
That's good eating right
Keep
there.
that. Lingua.
Okay.
All right, so I guess we go back to what we were doing before? That other room
black
across
light.
the hall?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have the other hand kind of like how some people have like those magic pickup things.
You're like
But
using it to
instead-
open doors.
Yeah, but it's very bad because it keeps bending at the elbow. So like I like use it to tap you on the back, like the head, the bust,
Oh.
the head thing.
Oh, no, we don't do that to dead people.
Do you want to hold it to
No.
dead people?
No, thanks. Brendan's going to say a druidic prayer over the hand.
As you all are walking out to go back down to the lounge room where you were previously doing the investigation, based off your passive perception, Brendan, you do notice that there's a slight crack to one of the bedroom doors on your left. Oh, sorry. I just saw Robin's pen move, and I thought it was a cattail.
I thought that too.
I was like, our
yeah.
cat doesn't live
I
this
saw
What's
that
happening? Okay. Out of the corner of your eye, you see that this bedroom is cracked open. It looks very similar, but inside there is another chest at the foot of the bed, but it doesn't look like the mimic you just saw.
Ooh, I think we should go into this bedroom.
I'm down to follow wherever.
We do that.
Can I take the hand, like part of the hand that Mouser is holding, and then use like kind of like be next to him, and then use it to like slowly open the door in case there's something
Genius.
back there.
Genius.
You absolutely can, and the hand survives the ordeal of opening the door. In this room, it's actually a little bit dimmer because a couple of the candles in here have burnt out, but it looks very similar to the previous room, but this chest looks different. It looks real, but that's probably what Zachariah thought too.
I Eldritch Blast it.
All
No!
right. Go ahead and just roll damage.
See what I get? It's a 1.
Okay,
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
you still hit it. A bunch of wood splinters off of it. It doesn't blow a hole in it because you just rolled a 1. But it does certainly appear to be made of wood. The latch is still closed, but it seems like it took damage. It didn't have a reaction as if it were a creature.
All right, trap checked. Someone else open it.
Hey, Mouser, can I borrow that for a second? I hold my hand out for the hand.
I hand the mimic tongue over.
This probably won't work as well. I try to use the mimic tongue to open the latch. Like I'm trying to hook the latch and like get the latch to open.
No.
It's just too locked on there. This is a pretty solid chest. It's not one of the things where it's just like a flap covering a hole. It's a legitimate latch.
All right, fine. I'll use the tip of the shillelagh to like unlatch it.
All right, I'm not going to make you roll. You just click it pops open.
All right, what's inside?
All right, as you lift open the chest, you see a bunch of knickknacks and clothing inside, but you see one object tucked off to the side, and it is a candle made of black wax.
Ooh.
Is it a? You can't tell me. I just imagine it's not good.
I pick it up.
I'm
I pick it up. Waggle picks it up.
All right, go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw.
Is this against magic? I get advantage against magic because I'm a gnome.
fuck yeah.
This is against magic.
Okay. So That is a 17.
Ooh.
All right, so you succeed. You start to feel like this thing is pushing against you, like there's some sort of malicious intent. You just feel like it's trying to broadcast into your brain just some sort of horrible scenes from like some hellscape land, and you just will yourself to push this away, and you don't actually take in any of these images, but it's clearly trying to show you some horrific images that it could overpower your mind with, but you overpowered it, and now you hold the black flame candle.
That's sick.
Shout out to my Hocus Pocus people.
I don't know the reference, but what does it do?
You've never seen Hocus Pocus?
I've also never seen Hocus Pocus.
Are you kidding?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Faye,
All right,
you
we're
too?
going to take a quick hour and 35-minute break, or however long the movie is.
I mean, maybe next week, Ben. Date night, Hocus Pocus.
Okay. All right, Scaryish crew, this Halloween, we should do a watch along. Every single one of us, we log in to Discord at the same time and we watch Hocus Pocus. And guests of honor will be Ben and Faye, and they will see it for the first time, and they will go, "Holy shit, this is an amazing movie!" And just in time for the sequel, which is coming out, I think, this year too.
Yeah, September actually.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so we might have to actually do that early, but I am down.
Dude, it's the best Halloween movie, period. Anybody else who's listening to this and disagrees, come fight me. I have a great axe.
You said Halloween movie. It's really hard to tell, though, at what point it falls in the Halloween franchise timeline, because Michael Myers...
Yeah,
Shut up,
100%.
Yeah, but he's just not in that one. So weird.
Okay, I believed you for a second. I was like, Michael Myers is in it. What the hell? Okay.
You're like, what type of Disney
Yeah,
movie?
Bette Midler squares up with Mike Myers. It's great.
Yeah, she fucks his shit right up. It's
Beats
nuts.
his ass. Oh my god.
Faye, you gotta
Okay,
watch
cool.
this.
The crossover event of the 90s. Gotta watch it. You gotta watch all the other Halloween movies first, though, and so you can tell us where you think it falls into the timeline. All right. You guys have the candle now. There's 2 other bedrooms upstairs. If you care to explore, that's up to you guys.
To the room with the blacklight things. But if there's 2 other bedrooms, I don't know if people want to explore those first.
I would love to explore those.
Mouser kicks the first door in to the bedroom.
It just explodes. I'm not even going to have you roll an attack or damage for it. It explodes. This room is actually significantly bigger than the other bedrooms you've been in. This one is definitely the master. As you walk in there, you see a giant bed with a canopy. It looks like double king bed. There's a small fireplace with a sitting area in front of it. Rugs decorate the ground everywhere you're looking. And of course, you see a very ornate chest at the foot of this bed.
I check it for traps.
All right. How do you do that?
Mouser will do it. He has his great axe, and he, with like the flat head of it, not the blade, the chopping part, with the flat side, he just like almost like golf clubs it a little bit. Not hard, just enough to like bonk it.
Right on. So when you do that, it doesn't pop open or anything. The lid stays closed.
Oh, I wasn't planning on popping it open. I just wanted to see if it was a fucking mimic or not.
When you hit it, the latch opens, but the lid doesn't come up, so you'll have to do it yourself.
Yeah, he just fucking throws it open, Link style.
You die. No, not really. It's like da 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 da. So you flip this thing open, and inside is a bunch of fucking bones, like big bones. They look like that could have been a skeleton of a Goliath or maybe even a giant, some very large humanoid. They're all just crammed in there, including a skull.
Can I search through the bones?
Yeah,
Absolutely, you can search through the bones. Anyone who wants to do that, roll an investigation check.
absolutely.
I don't want to touch the bones. I just want to like use the wooden stick
I'm
to like
touching the
move them
bones.
around.
This is like
you know?
kind of my jam.
Mouser Scrooge McDucks into the fucking chest.
my
He
God.
loves this shit.
I got 13.
Life is like a hurricane.
Yeah.
Don't want to touch the bones.
15.
Oh my god. And so perfect. Because he gets in there, he investigates the shit out of it. Rolls a crit, so 20.
Oh, wow.
Minus 1, 19.
All right, how about Waggle?
A literal 0. Got a 1.
Man.
Minus
no.
1.
That's like the second 0 this game.
Right, I was about to say.
I got 13.
All right, with all that, we're going to actually go to Mouser here. So you dive into these bones. It just seems like, these bones are from something larger than you. As you're digging in there, you're just like, fuck yeah, I love this. Bones, let's do this shit. And as you're just sort of like diving in there, you hear a click. Like there was a latch that you've thrown, and when you do that, you realize your hands are all the way at the bottom, but they don't seem to be as far down as the floor is. So there's a false bottom in this chest that you have just unlocked.
Nice. Okay, I
Genius.
start throwing bones out, just to get to the bottom.
Once you get all those bones out and you get to the bottom, you're able to take off this lid of this hidden compartment, and inside there's a dagger that looks like it's made completely of pure silver.
Oh my god! Nice. He pops his head out of the chest, and I want to be wearing the skull on top of my head of whatever dead thing this is.
All right.
And so he pops up, and he has like the dagger, and just held out in the middle of his palm, like I don't know. Is this thing larger than me?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely larger than you. This looks like it's most likely a giant based off of how big it is. So you can put the entire top part of the skull without the jaw on your head.
Which that is what I'm doing. And then he on open palm has the dagger.
Dagger cat.
So to be clear, you're wearing the skull of a giant, you're holding someone's arm, and you got like a tongue slung over your shoulder or something.
I didn't put these things in the game. I'm picking things up from this
He's
game.
really a
Don't
victim.
give me that shit. You cut the tongue out of a fucking mimic. It's not like I was just like, oh, you found this disembodied
Where did the
tongue.
lighter fluid come from?
Oh my god.
All right. You guys have this silver dagger, a bunch of fucking bones on the ground at this point, and a crazy fucking half-orc barbarian wearing a skull as a hat.
Glad we got him on our team. This is good. This is good.
Oh yeah, wait till that other barbarian sees me. His fucking penis is gonna shrivel up into his body.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sorry, that was weird. That was weird. You guys, you're sorry. Go ahead.
Next bedroom.
Well, let's make sure that the dagger is in the right cat's hand, right? Like, who of the four of us should hold the dagger? Is it the giant barbarian? Do you want the dagger?
Or the rogue? The thief?
I'm holding it out so somebody else takes it from me. This is a piece of shit that I would never use, and this would embarrass me in battle.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I will take the dagger.
Cat dagger.
All right. Yeah, it fits nicely in your palm. Has a good feel on your toe beans. So it seems like this was destined for you, kind of. Yeah. Then we have Brendan, who says, next room. And then as you guys go to leave, Eugenia walks into the doorway and blocks it and has Keith right behind them. And over the shoulder, you see that Keith is crying and is so upset. And then you look at Eugenia, and they have this look of murder on their face. And they say, "Did you kill Zachariah?" And then you notice that they have an arrow knocked. He's not pointing it at you, but he is clearly here for a fight right now.
No, we saved him, or tried to save him.
Is that true, Keith? Why did you tell me that they were there when he died? Keith is just crying, wiping these giant Goliath tears from his eyes. And
Oh no.
he says,
They killed something else in the room, but they were there when he died.
Yeah, we were there because we were killing what killed him.
He'd be way more dead if we weren't there. Like, think about it that way. You know, at least right now he's like not as dead as he could be.
I mean, you were also there when he died.
Body then? I don't see it. I see his fucking arm right there. Why did you take his arm if it's not a fucking trophy?
Yeah, if we weren't there,
We were trying to save it for you guys.
Bowser gets advantage on intimidation skills.
All right. That's
and
pretty good
he-
thing because
and-
everyone else
yeah.
is about to roll disadvantage on persuasion rolls because you have his fucking arm.
He holds his great axe, which is a two-handed weapon, straight out, one-handed at them because she's pointing a bow, and says, "Get that away from us and move away." And I rolled a 18 plus 2 on my first. I did not. Let me see for my second advantage or my second intimidation. See what that gets. 17. The rolls came out in this one, but still 20 for intimidation.
All right. Everyone else, roll your persuasions with disadvantage.
5.
4.
14.
Looks like yelling to the rescue again.
Indeed, the intimidation check has done quite a bit. So Eugenia has this arrow knocked and has moved it up as soon as you started pointing your battle axe, not quite pulling it back, and they say, "So you're telling me you were so kind to try and save my friend, but you took his arm as a souvenir anyways?"
Yeah. Do you want it back?
I feel like I just must owe you guys a favor since you tried to save my friend. Like, if you guys were in danger, I should try and save your life, right?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
I tried to save your other friend too.
As soon as the first person says yeah, this bow comes up, they loose an arrow. Lightning fast. It passes between all four of you, and you hear it hit something solid behind you. And when you guys look back, you turn around, and those bones on the fucking ground have formed into a massive skeleton that is now looming over you, behind you. And that arrow is lodged into one of those ribs. And Mouser, in this moment, you feel that skull helmet start to shake on your head.
Yes.
And it just flies off of your head and forms on top of this skeleton. And then this jawbone comes up to meet it.
Damn it.
And these teeth grind together, and it makes this ungodly sound. And then this massive skeleton attacks.